First of all, allow me to be the first one to apologize to you for our choice in buffer music. Note that this was not a democratic selection on buffer music. Our audio player was hijacked by a 5-foot-tall anthropomorphic alien otter. Please send all your complaints to twitch.tv/OPTlawyer. Because again, he is a lawyer, you must file them in triplicate.
Right, exactly. Which, by the way, no one who watches the VOD's ever going to know what you're talking about, but that's okay. Because I always cut out the buffer music.
Here's the thing is, I'm speaking to the live audience, not the people who are watching on YouTube.
Oh, yes.
Hi, YouTube, we love you. Also, those forms filed in triplicate must be in blue or black ballpoint pen ink only. No gel pen, no felt tip markers, no erasable pen.
Is the blood of my enemy acceptable?
Blood is red.
No, we've had people use bloody fingerprints before. No.
Just remember, anything you hear on the Bay City Chronicles stream here is not considered legal advice. Do not go to court saying you heard it on our stream.
Well, hold on.
And
don't sign your papers in blood fingerprints. That's perfectly fine to say.
And by the way, Teach, blood is actually blue. It becomes red after it oxidizes.
But by the time it gets to where it needs to go, it will be red. So the color that they'll be seeing it is red.
It's a very strange conversation.
This is a very strange conversation. But
I'm glad that I'm being quiet.
But we're a very strange group of individuals. As you can see, I am, of course, TGE. The best reward I have for you is the greatest Christmas present that I could provide. As you can see, there is no Norastra cam. So that is my Christmas present to you, everybody. Unfortunately, we still have the cameras of Dark Falls, OPT Lawyer, and Crimson Avix. Yay!
And we have the mouth of TG, unfortunately.
I mean, they definitely don't come here for me. That much I know.
Neither do we.
No. You're not wrong. But what people do come here for is the lovely little story that we have going on here. And this is Volume 3, Issue 1, Remembrance of Things Past. Now, before I go ahead and give the summary of what happened up until this point, I don't have it set up yet, but in the description of this on YouTube, there will eventually be a link. That link will take you to a little subfolder on a random Google Drive somewhere on the internet, which will have a link to some interludes that were written. The only reason that we're saying that is because those interludes are relevant to what's going to be happening here today. But previously on Bay City Chronicles, a lot of crazy bleep happened. Mostly including a giant half-horse, half-woman archer decided she was going to take residence up in Lutra's head. Decided to do some crazy things to Lutra's head, convinced him that his friends were mean and horrible and they weren't to be trusted, took over his body, a big old fight ensued.
Wait, are you talking about his friends or you?
Yes.
Okay.
They freed Lutra from Shimhazai. Oh yeah, previous to that, Phantasm allegedly proved to the Guardian of the Medallion of Freedom that he was not being overwhelmed by the darkness inside of him. And previous to that, everybody decided that they were going to take a trip to New Hampshire to save a supposedly random, not so random if you've seen one of the future episodes, 17-year-old boy from being kidnapped from a couple of, as the kid put it, 2 dead women at an anime convention. Because the 2 women assassins were supposedly dead, and the name of the male assassin was PAX, which is short, of course, for Penny Arcade Expo.
Yep. We went there.
We did. So we're going to be picking up here in Volume 3, Issue 1, a couple of weeks after the incidents of 2.9 Consequences. The date is going to be Saturday, August 23rd, 2008. And, well, we're going to start with a lovely little elevator ride, as after a eventful 2 weeks, Lutra is finally returning to the Stormbreaker Technology Towers.
I should have had elevator music queued up for that.
Ding! And the doors open up.
Okay, so
Wait.
I was
while
gonna say, shouldn't the elevator have been
Wait. For those who don't get that, basically the four of us you see laughing all got together for a weekend in the hotel we were staying at. Every time the elevator doors opened, shut, or went to a floor, the sound it made was wait. And we're not even joking.
So, while the elevator was going up, Lutra was kind of padding around it, almost impatiently, almost nervously. So as the doors open, he kind of peeks his head out, like
And
almost
immediately give me a perception check.
Oh, okay. I actually added a point to my perception.
Well, it's not too hard to hear. So as you immediately peek out and sort of look around, you hear this. Oh god, this isn't good. I'm kind of in trouble. What do I do? What do I do? There's nobody around. What do I do? Lutra can go ahead and make an insight check to recognize the voice.
Okay.
Do you have eidetic memory?
No.
Okay, so just regular insight.
What would that be? I'm gonna say no.
Eidetic memory is an advantage.
Gonna probably no.
Okay, you definitely recognize the voice.
Great. Who
It's
is
Mistral. It's Mistral.
Mistral? Okay, so Lucha kind of slowly peeks out over, like into the room, expecting to see, the others. And so is he just standing in like the living room or something, or what?
He's in the barracks,
Okay.
pacing back and forth,
Okay.
like nervous, like super, super nervous. And I will give you this for free. The big thing you noticed is hanging around his neck is the Medallion of Freedom.
So seeing this confusedly, Lucha kind of slowly passes over, still shouldering his duffel bag that he has all of his personal belongings in. He kind of walks over and says, excuse me?
Good. Good. One of you guys is here. This is bad. I mean, I shouldn't be here. I mean, really, I shouldn't be here. This is bad. Real bad.
You're Mistral, right?
Exactly. I shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be talking to you. This shouldn't happen.
Okay. Lucha kind of looks around a bit and says, so no one else here?
Well, I mean, I know where one person is, but we want to keep him where he is right now. But bad things are probably going to happen really soon, and it's not good.
Lucha kind of looks slightly disappointed. It's like, okay, who do you know where they are?
I don't. I just brought him back here and been trying to figure out what to do and
Okay.
I don't know.
Stop. Hold. Okay. Deep breath. Who are you talking about? Who did you bring back here?
My other half.
Phantasm?
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay.
But not. He went looking for me and
well, he
I don't know what happened. Yeah, but I shouldn't be here and it's just he's not normal. There's something wrong.
Where is he now?
He just sort of points to his room.
The church just kind of like goes directly into Phantasm's room and looks.
Krim?
Phantasm is unresponsive.
He just kind of looks at it. Like, okay. What happened to him? Or you? Or him? Whatever. What happened?
I don't really know. I know that he was looking for me. He tried to find me. He made some sort of contact, and then there was lots of screaming and blasting and bright lights and pew pew. And next thing I know, he's unconscious at my feet, and we're both sort of there in that old rundown power plant.
Okay. Gosh, you leave for like a week and everything goes to crazy.
He's not going to be happy when he wakes up.
Why not?
And I'm the good part of him. If I'm out here, what's in there?
Right.
I need to get back in there, but I can't. There's something stopping me.
Okay. Lucha kind of backs away and goes to his room just to kind of throw his bag inside, and then stands out there and kind of starts pacing around like, okay, what do, this is not what I was expecting to,
That's what I've been doing. Yeah, exactly. I hear what you're saying. I don't know what to do.
The Lucha goes over to Phantasm, just kind of puts a hand on him, and then starts gently shaking.
Krim?
Nothing.
Uh-huh.
Phantasm is basically, if his body wasn't warm, you would think he was dead because he is that stiff and like completely out.
Is he breathing at all?
Yes, he's breathing.
Right. Lucha does the thing where he puts his head next to his mouth so he can hear that, and pulls, kind of pulls his eyelids back. I don't really know what I'm doing.
As you get close to his mouth, you can hear in his breath almost a serpentine-like hiss as he exhales.
Okay, that's a little weird.
Oh, yeah. I might have forgot to mention that.
Oh,
I'm not used to this whole real world thing. It's kind of scary.
okay. Hey, Hub?
You get no response.
Oh.
I already tried that. Apparently he's down for maintenance.
Hub is down for maintenance.
That's what the error message I got said.
The error message you got. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, see, it's on the screen right over there. See?
Mitchell goes, looks at the screen.
Reboot, 85% complete.
Okay, that's a little weird. Do you know where Dr. Casey is?
No.
Okay, Lucha just like.
I only have a vague remembrance of how to get around this place.
Lucha just immediately leaves him alone and then goes to the obvious places where Casey might be. His office, the penthouse, anywhere.
If he wandered into the dining area, he would see Malkir in the his usual chair, just kicked back with bourbon, like usual.
Malkir will be the first one you run into then.
Lucha says, Malkir!
Welcome back.
Yeah, I got a lot to talk to you guys about, but right now, apparently, there's something going. Did you know Mistral's in the barracks?
Well, I heard you talking to someone, but I didn't know who it was.
You didn't. Okay, whatever. So, Phantasm's in his room, apparently completely unconscious. Mistral's out here. Something's really wrong, and where's Anton?
I have no idea. He disappeared just like you did.
I didn't disappear. I left.
Same thing.
I go away for 5 days. You guys are 6 or 7, whatever. Go away for a week, and you guys are like all over the place. Any idea what happened to Phantasm?
No clue.
Oh. You know where Dr. Casey is?
Did you check his office?
That's where I was going. What happened to Hub?
He's rebooting.
She just kind of like she just kind of like his entire demeanor just like sinks. Like, all right, fine.
The deadpan delivery of "he's rebooting" was so perfect.
Lutra probably sensed that Malkir would be irritated at him at the moment, as he does with Phantasm when Phantasm disappears.
So there is nobody in the penthouse, nobody in the labs, and nobody in the office.
Hmm.
And when I say nobody, I mean you don't even get a sense of Ben.
Right.
At this point, Malkir would get up and go into Phantasm's room to check things out for himself.
Well, before you get there, you will definitely see a harried Mistral. Oh, good. There's more than one of you here.
God, it is you.
That's not very nice.
What do you want, and what are you doing here?
I don't know what I'm doing here. I mean, he went to the power plant, found something. There was lots of lights and pew-pews and flashes, and next thing I know, I'm standing next to him. He's unconscious, and I shouldn't be in the real world. I shouldn't be here. I need to get back in there, as he's pointing to Phantasm. But I can't. There's something stopping me. I can't get in there.
When you say someone's stopping you, what do you mean?
Well, watch. And he starts to glow with the same color green aura you've seen coming off of Phantasm's sword. He starts to do the sort of float thing, sort of floats in. And you know how you've probably seen those TV shows where like someone's having an out-of-body experience and then their sort of soul lays back in on top of their body exactly how they're laying? He tries to do that, but as he comes closer to Phantasm, Krim?
As he gets closer to Phantasm, basically it looks like he's being absorbed, and then all of a sudden Phantasm's body just emits a bright purple light, and it almost looks as if it is throwing Mistral out of the body.
And it throws him out of the room past you and lands onto the couch. See what I mean? This is what happens. It's not fun.
I can see that. It's rather amusing, actually.
Kind of like being shot across the entire city.
That was funny.
Hey, Lutra, do you have a Sharpie on you?
Lutra pats his pockets. No, I don't have anything sharp on me. Well, I got claws. Sharpie? Is that more sharp than sharp?
He means a permanent marker.
Oh.
Like the things you would use to sign an autograph with.
No, I don't have one of those on me.
Oh, okay.
Mistral just sort of looks at Malkir. Were you planning on doing what I think you were planning on doing?
Possibly.
At a game, it's probably better that he didn't have a Sharpie.
Yes, but considering that Mistral's the happy-go-lucky part of Phantasm, he would be intrigued by the thought of it. Isn't there supposed to be one more of you? Where's the Rockhead?
I don't know. I just got back.
Also, if you look at the screen, 92% uploaded.
No, we're almost there.
Yeah, but I mean, if I'm out here and he's there, and when he wakes up, this is not going to be pretty.
Mistral, that pendant, how do you have it? That should be on him.
The same reason that I can't get in. You put this by him, it'll do the same thing. I mean,
if you give me the pendant, would you be able to get in?
I've tried it with and without it on.
It sure looks more than a little frustrated right now. He puts his hand in his head and says, this is really not what I was hoping to see today.
You, Lutra, Malkir, and Mistral, all hear a little beep, 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 beep coming from the computer screen.
Richard looks up.
You see a pop-up. At 90, system needs to be restarted before updates can take effect. Would you like to do that now? And it's at 95%.
Yes? Jacob looks at the screen really puzzled. It's like, does yes get hub back?
I mean, I would imagine so. Just click OK.
Richard clicks OK.
The computer screen goes down. All the power in the barracks go down. Like the whole thing just shuts down for when you get a power surge at your house, and then everything lights back up again.
Huh. Cool. Melchior, you're the only one here right now. I need to talk to somebody. There's something really bad's going on, and not even talking about with Phantasm.
You hear this? I love a good maintenance.
You have to pick better timing, Hub. There's a reason why people do that overnight.
Oh, I don't control the maintenance. That has nothing to do with me.
Hub!
Anyway, you're back, Lutra.
Yeah.
Yay.
Hi.
What
happened to
Who's he? Who's he?
Oh, this is Mistral. It's another half of Phantasm.
Another half of Phantasm.
Yeah, don't ask. I don't understand it at all. But where's Dr. Casey?
Should be in his office.
He's not.
And where's Anton?
Well, about that. Well, he shows you this video, and it's Anton looks like he's talking to nothing. His amulet starts to glow. There's a big flash of light, and then Hub does the camera speed, like you can just see it cycling through, and that giant ball of light, or not really ball of light, but ball of earth and energy, sort of stays on top of the roof for 2 weeks, and then sort of just cracks open, and there's an Anton.
So he's on the roof.
Yeah, it was really weird. He was talking to me 1 minute, and then he's been gone for 2 weeks, and you were gone for a week, and then and Phantasm left, and
Phantasm.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure Malkier and I did enjoy the quiet. It was nice.
Huh.
You didn't even notice me leave?
You left too?
Malkier just shakes his head and goes up to the roof.
Trick stays behind. Says, hi, Hub.
Hi, Lutra.
Sorry I snapped at you when I left.
That's okay. Are you staying around this time?
Yeah.
Yay! You're not. You're pretty unsure if an AI can actually have emotion, but you're pretty sure you sensed happiness in that yay.
Right. So she just kind of smiles. Yeah, I've been busy. I needed to
Oh,
go.
I know. Oh, I know.
You know?
Yeah, you're all over the internet.
I am?
Boop. Screen pops up. It just shows fan cam footage of the otter fishmonger.
Oh, someone did take video of that. That was nice.
Yeah.
Which just kind of chuckles, some kind of shakes his head and says, "Okay, so so you don't know where Dr. Casey is because he's not in his office."
No, he is. Take a look. Boop. The office door pops. The camera pops up. He's definitely in his office.
Oh, I thought I looked up there. All right, I need to talk to him.
About what?
Well, I need to know if he knows. Well, maybe you can help me, Hub. Can you locate anybody who happens to be named? Hold on a second. Calvin Murray.
You do realize I'm going to need more parameters than that.
He's a target of an assassination. And
you do realize people don't broadcast their assassinations on the internet. Do you know how many people I'm going to find if I just search Calvin Murray? I'm not just talking about here in California. If we broaden the search to even the West Coast, it's going to be, there's no way.
Used to go by the name Clinton Uris.
You get no response from Hub at all.
Oh. Hub?
There's nothing.
Lutra frowns and goes towards Casey's office.
When you get there, the door is locked.
Lutra knocks.
No response.
Lutra knocks harder.
You vaguely hear a "let him in." You hear the clicking of the door unlocking.
Oh. Lutra kind of slowly opens the door and kind of passes in and says, huh?
Shut the door, Lutra. Casey does not sound happy.
Oh. Lutra walks in, closes the door. Hi.
Clinton Uris doesn't exist.
He sure did a while ago.
Clinton Uris does not exist.
He's the one who helped me escape.
If anyone tells you otherwise, they're lying.
Dr. Yoris is the reason I escaped from Project Farah.
Give me an insight check. Lutra remembers one of the pieces of information that Phantasm, while still a Spectre, gave you about Dr. Casey was that before he was doing all this medical stuff, he was someone known as the Black King, who his primary function was to give people new lives and new identities.
Lutra raises, kind of widens his eyes and says, Calvin Murray's in danger.
That's impossible.
I was told from a very knowledgeable source that he's been targeted by assassination.
Somebody comes in dropping a name that you recognize, doesn't give you any more than he's going to be the target of an assassination, and you count that as a reliable source.
He knew who I was, and I wasn't in otter form. He knew a lot about you, also.
Of course he did.
What exactly is Hub's actual nature?
Hub is the artificial intelligence that's been programmed into this entire building.
Mm-hmm. So why did he call him childlike?
Have you heard him respond to things?
I did. He made it sound like it was a little bit more involved than that. He also seemed to chuckle when I told him his name was Hub.
And what did this source tell you his name was? Let me guess. Ian Moon?
Oh. Yeah, you know him?
Ian Moon is an anagram for I am no one.
Oh. What's an anagram?
Rearrange the letters.
Oh, okay.
And it is the most common nom de guerre of an associate of Tony Stark's, whose real name is Declan Martin.
Oh, he did say that Tony was right about you. I didn't know what that meant, though.
Stark is a warmonger and a profiteer. Don't let him fool you with this whole Avengers BS.
I don't know.
He is and always will be a greedy businessman first, not a philanthropist. And if you're going to take the word of somebody who claims to be coming from him as gospel, and he just sort of leaves the threat hanging.
Lutra frowns. He saved my life. I have to help him. Not start.
You don't know any information. What are you going to do? Look up every Calvin Murray in existence until hopefully maybe you find the right one in time?
Just kind of frowns, shakes his head in disbelief, and says, I thought we were here to help people.
We can't help people if we don't know where they are.
But can't you find him, since you clearly know who you're talking about?
What I know is this. The man you're looking for doesn't exist. And the man you think he is isn't.
No, I can't accept that. I talk to him all the time. When I was in Project Farah. He's the only one who was nice to me in that place. He helped me escape. I wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for him.
There's nothing I can do. The man you're talking about doesn't exist.
So we're just gonna let him die then?
You bring me a name of someone you claim to be somebody else. Do you know how many different people just in the state of California are named Calvin Murray?
Well, no.
Again, there's nothing that can be done to save anybody with the only parameters you have of being a name, especially such a common name. If you can come across more information that can help out, I might be able to do something. But all you have is a name, there's nothing I can do.
Lucha looks at Casey. And he clearly doesn't look happy. And he kind of balls his fists up. Just kind of growls gently. Like, I have to help him.
Again, I ask you, how can you help what you don't know who or where they are?
I don't think this person would have just told me this if there wasn't a way we could find out.
Did you ever think that instead of being an assassination attempt on Mr. Murray, that it might be setting up something for you instead? You were a high-value project.
The project is over.
At a site that was an off-the-book site that nobody knows exists. You don't think the people who poured millions of dollars into you are trying to get you back?
No.
This could be just as much an attempt to get you as it is to assassinate some random gentleman by the name of Calvin Murray. I know how much the man you think he is meant to you. But don't go running in blindly to something you don't know what's happening.
You're hiding something from me on this. Why do you keep saying he doesn't exist?
Because he doesn't.
He did. He may not now, but he did. Right?
There's nothing I can do to help you, Lutra.
Lutra's eyes open, and they're not his normal violet eye color. They are a little more red than normal, though they start to turn back. As he just kind of like sighs, like kind of like waves a hand, and just leaves Casey's office, not so gently closing the door behind him.
The comic panel stays in Casey's office for a minute, and you just hear a Hub? Yeah? Put a call in. You know who I need to speak to. And now we'll shift back. Doesn't look like Anton's quite ready yet. But Malkier, you're up.
I'll just be heading up to the roof to see what I see up there.
So, Lutra. I want to apologize real quick because we're having the issues of our video discussion program being our video discussion program. So please bear with us as we attempt to reestablish connection to everyone's favorite Rockhead. Meanwhile, Lutra's leaving Casey's office.
Lutra kind of like storms downstairs. Just starts pacing in the barracks.
Mistral's just going to look. You don't look too happy.
I'm not.
Everything okay?
No, it's not okay. I just spent a week out of this place because I needed to leave. And I get back and I'm thinking everything's gonna be all good and better again, and now I'm just angry.
Why?
A really good person is being targeted by an assassination, and I don't know how to find him. I have no idea where to go, and Casey's not being helpful at all, and he's being really mysterious, and I'm sick of everybody knowing things and not telling me.
Did you ever think that he's not telling you because he knows what you'll do if you know?
I don't care. I have to help him.
But he does. I do. And just because you don't see me very much doesn't mean that I don't care about who you are. I see you all the time. I know everything. The torture that Gale put himself through to protect you.
Lucha kind of looks very hurt suddenly at that. It's like, don't remind me. I feel bad enough about that as I...
You want to make it up to him then?
Of course.
Then help me save him. help me get back to where I need to get back to.
I don't know how to do that.
Well, I mean, in theory, the 2 times you've seen me, he's been in a weakened state.
Right?
So maybe if we get him there again, I might have an easier time getting back to where I'm supposed to be.
So how do we do that?
Wake him up and beat him up?
I'm not gonna beat up Phantasm. Besides, I tried waking him up. He didn't wake up.
I don't know.
I guess I
out
could
of
kick him on the
ideas.
bed, but that wouldn't be very nice.
I mean, I don't know. I'm scared. I shouldn't be out here. I just want to get back to where I belong.
Lucha just pads back into Phantasm's room. Kind of looks at him as he's laying there, not responsive. He kind of leans down and just kind of like starts. He gets close to Phantasm's ear and just starts kind of whispering. Phantasm, if you're in there, I really need you to come out right now. I know you're probably not in the best of states right now, but I really need you. I'm sorry I'm left. I didn't really mean... No, I meant to. I didn't know what to do. I was so scared. I felt like I betrayed you. And everybody else here, but... I know I just made a mistake. I just really need you to come back. I need your help.
There's still no response from Phantasm.
They're just kneeling next to the bed. Like, next to his bed, just kneeling next to him. Just kind of puts a hand on him kind of thing and just kind of tries to comfort him a bit, even though he's not waking up.
You just, at this point, you no longer hear the happy-go-lucky Mistral voice. You hear the, well, you jerk.
Alright.
You absolute jerk. You put us through all of this pain to save him from himself. And now he's asking for your help after everything we went through, and you're just going to lay there? That's it?
Lucha looks around, like, tries to figure out what's going on.
Mistral is in the room, and he looks... The best way to describe it is he kind of looks the way, like, a father does when he's scolding his son. But it's really weird, because Mistral's sort of like the weird, happy-go-lucky, bleach blonde, younger version.
Right.
How close is Lutra to Phantasm? Like, I know
I'm literally kneeling, like, on the floor next to his bed. Like, so I'm right there.
One thing that you'll notice, being this close for the amount of time that you are, where you have your hand on Phantasm is warm, but you actually feel cold emitting from the rest of his body. So the only spot that is physically warm on his body is where your hand is.
Okay, that's weird. Lucha kind of puts a second hand out on him.
That area warms up as well.
I just had a really bad thought. Nope.
Out of game. Do it.
Nope.
Do it.
Nope.
Do it.
No.
Do it. Do it. Do it. You know you want to.
I do, but I'm not going to. This
Come on,
this is a PG show, sir. Oh, Lucha does stand up and just kind of hugs him.
The hug does not cause any warmth. So you actually feel a cold body that you're hugging. Except for where your hands are.
So he looks at his hands again. It's like, that's strange. So he puts him on, like, Spectre's chest, almost like he's gonna do, like, CPR, except doesn't, but, you know. Kind of like, you know, spreads his hands out just on his chest.
Gale, you idiot, wake up!
So at this point, Melchior would probably reach the roof.
Yep. So we're gonna switch scenes to the roof, and when Melchior gets to the roof, he just sort of sees Anton there, half aware, half unaware, sort of sitting around what looks like. Do you know the chocolate oranges you get around Easter time, and you slam them and they just all sort of fall apart into the orange slices?
I love those things.
That's kind of what the remnants of the stone orb look like around Anton.
Okay, then.
So, Anton, what'd you break this time?
I didn't break anything.
I just kind of like kicked the rubble a little bit around him.
Hey, that's...
What was that, Anton? How you cut out?
That's my home you're kicking.
Oh,
that's your
you,
home.
You hear Hub. Oh, yeah. He's kind of been living up here ever since he got the amulet. Didn't he tell you?
So, what is going on exactly, Anton? What are you doing up here?
And apparently the amulet decided it had something to show me.
Well, we have a comatose phantasm that we could probably use your help with if you want to stop playing around up here.
Playing? Well, let's go see what's going on.
You good to walk, or you look a little confused?
Well, apparently Hi.
Well,
Yeah. Like I said, like I told you guys downstairs. He talked to me, said to have the hub bots bring up some food. And I said, okay. And then there was a giant flash of light, and that this giant stone ball showed up, and then there was no Anton for 2 weeks.
okay, so what exactly were you doing in that ball, Anton?
Well, apparently Carol.
Look, guys, I don't I understand whatever happened to Anton while he was, shut up inside his ball is fine, but I think we should probably try to figure out why we have a comatose phantasm.
Okay, just kind of like shakes his head and just starts heading back downstairs.
Anton, are you going with him?
Yeah. Hold your horse.
You do realize I'm a computer and don't have any horses, right?
All right, Lutra.
So they're coming back downstairs, and we'll shift back to. This is going to sound really weird. We'll shift back to the bedroom scene.
It's Bay City after night.
And when we get behind closed doors.
Or after dark, I guess.
This whole time. So, yeah.
What were you doing?
I said Phantasm's door stayed open this whole time. There were no closed doors.
Obviously, this idiot isn't going to wake up no matter what you do, Lutra. I have to figure out some other way. And as Mistral sort of storms out of the door, he just sort of sends a little gust of wind at Phantasm, ruffling his hair but not doing much else.
Lutra reaches up and kind of, like, pats his hair back in place.
So at this point, Malkier would make it back into Phantasm's room.
At this point, you see Mistral sort of just sitting on the couch, half angry, half distraught.
Mistral, care to tell me what was going on there while I was getting a rock friend?
Nothing. It's just the thing. There's no response. Not from me yelling at him, not from Lutra doing Lutra things. Nothing.
Is Lutra things going to be a lewd innuendo now?
New emote, Lutra Lewd.
It's just Lutra with the...
Right.
Lutra going full Macaulay Culkin.
And now we're all scarred for the rest of our life.
Nope, Dark wins. Hashtag Lutra. I don't know, maybe you guys can... Maybe Dr. Casey can figure out something. I don't know. But
I doubt it. He's not really being very helpful lately.
maybe bringing him back here was the wrong idea.
No, it's the only place he's safe. But I don't know what to do.
You don't know what to do about what, Lutra? Malco just kind of comes up behind him.
Well, about Phantasm, about Dr. Yoris, about why I left in the first place.
What about Dr. Yoris?
Which kind of rolls his eyes. Dr. Yoris is the doctor that helped me escape from Project Farah. I asked Dr. Casey about it because I was told, as I was coming back here, by apparently somebody who's tied very closely to this Tony Stark, that a Clinton Murray was being targeted for assassination, and I was told that that is the name of the person who used to go by Dr. Yoris, who again is the person that helped me escape and design this belt and everything. So, you'll excuse me if I feel a little loyal to this Clinton Murray.
Would the word assassination trigger anything with me, TG?
I mean, you get some flashbacks to some of your own personal kills, but the word assassination is sort of too vague for anything for now.
What exactly did they say they were going to hear from, Lutra?
The only thing this Ian Moon, who Casey said his real name, but I don't think I was paying attention.
I am nobody. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. said it was an anagram. I don't, whatever. Anyway, all he told me was that, Calvin Murray speaks very highly of me all the time, or at least used to. That, Calvin Murray is being targeted for assassination, and that, this guy didn't really like, Dr. Casey all that much at all.
Did they give the name of the assassin by chance?
No.
Did they say the means of the assassination?
No.
Any fuck with Sleeping Beauty over there?
No.
No.
Malky just kind of like huffs and just kind of goes and leans against the wall.
It's kind of how I'm feeling right now.
Just leave him be. Shut the door. At least that way, if he wakes up and he's mad, he'll at least be contained in there.
I kind of get the feeling a door is not going to contain Phantasm.
Yeah, but it'll give us a minute to react.
Okay, fair point.
At this point, since we are dealing with another magical amulet, does Anton's amulet provide any insight to what's going on?
Your amulet does not react to the amulet currently hanging around Mistral's neck. And logically speaking, they probably wouldn't because Earth and Wind are opposite elements.
So Lutra kind of walks over to Malkir and kind of pats him on the shoulder.
Once Lutra leaves the room, you'll see Mistral go over and, unsurprisingly, punch in the proper punch code to shut the door.
Okay. No, Lutra pats Malkir on the shoulder gently.
Yes, Lutra.
When he doesn't get attacked by fire for doing that, he then just hugs Malkir very tightly.
I just kind of like put my hand on his head and just pat him. You can still tell I'm probably irritated at him, but not to the extent that it would like piss me off anymore.
He starts crying. It's like, I've missed you. I'm sorry.
You realize that we've been here all the entire time, Lucha. You choose to leave us. We've been here. At least I've been here. They kind of left me, but you're fine, Lucha.
I had to leave. I had to get out for a little while. I needed to, because I needed to get my head on straight. I was angry, but I was angry at myself. Not anyone else. I thought I was too dangerous to be around.
Lucha, you and I have spoken before about running from our problems. You know my feelings on that.
No. I couldn't help it. I got my old job back for a little while.
Yeah, we saw the news.
Right. Yeah. Right. That was kind of fun, actually. And Mr. Perkins was kind of surprised when I showed him I was the daughter. Apparently everyone already knew me down there, which is weird. Well, from the video. I guess it's not that weird.
One thing though, Lucha.
You
do that again, I'm gonna find you. It's not gonna be pretty that time. You do not run away again. I just kind of tighten my grip on his shoulder a little bit.
I'll try not to.
Guys, this is Hub. I hate to break up this lovely little emotional chat, but we have a problem.
We have a lot of problems. What's going on, Hub?
This
Hub,
one.
our problem is you.
No, this one. The door to Phantasm's room swings open and it's empty.
Mistral!
What?
Where did he go?
How am I supposed to know?
Aren't you part him?
If I was part him, I'd be in him. I'm not. I'm out here with you.
Oh, you found him earlier.
He was right next to me.
Guess that wasn't that hard to find him then.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, where did he go? Where did he go? Did you see where he went?
I can't track mist.
Right,
Just then, you hear a large explosion, like a really large explosion on the roof.
And you just hear Hub. Of course it's the roof.
Malky kind of just like looks up and just
Lucha's already running.
utters something I can't. Just utter something on his breath that he can't say on Twitch TV. At least in this channel.
Lucha like just runs at full speed.
When Lutra reaches the roof, he realizes there is no door.
Huh?
The door is just completely gone.
That doesn't make sense. What do you mean?
Like it was destroyed.
Okay.
There's just an opening.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. The door itself was destroyed.
All right.
Hey, that's my job.
Right.
Phantasm taking everyone's job now.
So Lucha gets to the roof and looks around.
As soon as you step through the doorway, it no longer looks like the roof.
Okay. What does that mean?
You, none of the others, you will recognize this place.
As?
The same place where you had that little meet and greet with Phantasm in his mind.
You and Mistral both know this area
Oh.
as Phantasm's mind.
Hey guys, we're back here again.
Now, are we with them, or are they?
Yep.
I would hope that you ran up with them.
Well,
What?
yeah, but you said Lucha specifically, so I don't know if he got sucked into.
No,
something.
it's more
Well,
like I recognize it.
No, Lutra was just the first one up to the roof.
What did you do?
This is good, but not good.
Okay. Why is it
I want my
good?
roof back.
Why is it good?
Because this is part of where I need to be.
Okay. Why is it not good?
Because you guys are also here?
Okay. We've been here before. At least I have.
Yeah, but this isn't good. This is not good.
Well, it went well last time, so how bad can it
Just-
be?
Just then, there's probably a building about 1,500 yards out. And you see a black streak fly right through the building, and it cripples the building, and the top of the building just falls forward onto the ground.
Okay.
Well, I think we found a Phantasm.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
happened.
I guess we go that way.
Lucha looks over at Mistral. Looks at the distance and how far away that it went. Looks back at Mistral and just kind of sighs and says, "All right, let's go."
He just sort of picks Lutra up by what would be the scruff of his neck, but just sort of the collar of his shirt and just sort of lifts off. Oh, wait, there's more of you. Puts Lutra down, does some weird incantation with his hands that you're not quite sure, and then suddenly all of you, even Anton, who is a little freaked out by this because it's literally just a platform made of air, as you guys start moving towards it. And ladies and gentlemen, I apologize, but you can close your eyes now because we've got a Nora.
Lucha kind of looks around and says, "Oh, he didn't throw me all the way across the town. Okay, well, that's good."
I mean, I can if you want, but I don't think it's quite the time for that right now.
It wasn't the time last time you did it anyway.
Yeah, but that was a lot. I need you to get there fast, and that was the fastest way to get you there.
Right. We need to get there fast now.
hold on to your whiskers. And the platform just starts taking off. About the same speed that he launched you at.
Woo! So, are we able to stand on this thing as it does that?
Yeah, there's actually a barrier
Oh,
around
good.
it.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't actually feel any of the wind shear or anything.
Oh. Woo!
So, I believe the rest of the narration now belongs to you, Krim.
Okay. So, as the platform reaches, basically the big pile of rubble on the bottom from the building, off in the distance, about 300 yards out, you see the black smoke come down to the earth and just a black figure stand, staring at all of you.
Aha! I think we found him.
You
I just kind of like look at Lutra and just tell him to be ready. And I just kind of like draw my dagger like behind my back a little bit.
Right.
you hear Phantasm speak, but it doesn't sound like his normal voice. If you've ever watched movies where someone's possessed and they have sort of like that mechanical, almost like ghostly type voice.
I have seen The Exorcist.
Yeah. Well, there you go. You hear, "I'm meant to be alone," and then even in a louder audible, and it actually physically pushes wind forward that you can feel hit you. He says, "Now leave."
Lucha growls and says, "You're not meant to be alone, and no!"
Phantasm raises in the air, just floating on air. And he says, "One more time, I'm telling you to leave. If not, you will regret it."
No.
Gail? One second, guys.
At this point, Phantasm just sort of shrugs off what Lutra says. "How about you, Mock here, Anton? You guys refuse to leave as well?"
We'll leave, but we're going to be taking you with us. So as of right now, no, we're not going anywhere.
"Oh, I believe you've already gone somewhere. Question is are you going to be able to return from here? Now I'm giving you the opportunity to leave."
Gail, this isn't you. This isn't us.
What are you running from this time, Gale?
At Mistral's calling, you sort of see Phantasm just reach up in the air and just like grasp his hand like this, and dark tentacles come out of the earth and just wrap Mistral up.
Gail? What are you doing? This isn't you.
The name is not Gale. You're not a part of me anymore. And he'll release his hand and just sort of drop Mistral to the ground. This is your last chance.
Lutra steps forward. In fact, he puts himself between Mistral and Phantasm.
Very well. And with that, guess what? We get to roll initiative.
Okay, what's really funny is Mistral is the fast character, and he's going last. Well, based on the turn order, technically it's our possessed friend going.
So
You don't have anybody else on the turn order list.
Yeah,
Oh, who do we have?
just me and Mistral.
Oh,
I'm like, did anyone else roll?
they did. I have them all. I'm seeing them just fine.
Zeros are popping up now.
4, 1. And 19. Alrighty, there we go. And technically, that's a positioning.
We are on solid ground, right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so Phantasm moves over here, so he has a clean line at Mistral. And he goes ahead and fires a Dark Blast at him.
17 will miss, though. As the Dark Blast comes, and Mistral, anticipating what you would do because he's part of you for so long, deftly dodges out of the way as if it was second nature. I believe that means our favorite rock aficionado is. Nora, we can't hear you.
I think you're muted. Or your mic's bad.
Is that better?
There we go.
Yes!
Helps if you actually turn your push to talk key on after Discord dies.
Yeah, that works too.
Normally,
Yeah, I think we've all been there.
All right, so the first statement was today's rock is granite. And second was the question, is Phantasm on the ground?
Yes.
No,
Well,
Phantasm is in the air.
Of course.
How much
Make
in
this
the air?
difficult. Yeah.
Probably about 20 feet up.
Fine. I'm just going to take a defensive position and pull up my shield. Personal range. We're not going to expand it.
No, fair enough. Dark's doing some quick family stuff, so we'll just go ahead and skip the mess with the turn order for right now. Lutra, go.
Okay. Well, can't quite jump 20 feet in the air.
What do you have for? Do you have leaping?
No.
Okay.
No. So what is Lucha going to do? That's actually a really good question. Actually, I know. Hold on. And so Lucha... Oh, I don't know. Hold on one second. Let me see here. Okay, what is, Okay, never mind. Alright. So Lucha's going to run kind of up this direction. He's going to look up towards Phantasm and basically call it, Phantasm, don't make me do this! Just come down here. Assuming he gets no answer.
Phantasm will answer you, but I'm waiting till my turn.
Oh, well, it's not going to make any sense.
Okay.
But...
Well, remember, these turns are happening almost simultaneously.
Right. So, he, just kind of, like, sighs and takes a deep breath, reaches his arms back, and claps his hands together really loudly. He's using his clap stunner.
So it's a dodge check DC 20.
It's an area of effect. It's a 30,
Right.
30 feet range, too, so.
Yep. No, I was just letting Krim know his save.
Yeah.
Alright, beat it. Do you have evasion?
Let me check.
I thought we all had evasion.
Depends on my character.
Oh,
Yeah.
fair.
I'm not sure which version has evasion.
Yes, I actually have rank 2 evasion.
Alright, so in that case, that will... The house roll, the way I do it, cuts the DC down in half, which means you don't even have to roll, you'll make it automatically. I'm assuming your fortitude is higher than 10.
My fortitude is actually 10. So,
Oh, well, yeah, either way, you
yes.
make it automatically.
After doing this, Lucia kind of like shakes his head and clearly looks very distracted, or actually vulnerable.
Mistral will fly up to meet Phantasm. What happened to you in that power plant? This isn't you. And you know I don't want to hurt you, but if that's what I have to do to get you back, I will. And he is going to start manifesting some wind, and he is going to try and get you at least a little more vulnerable. He's going to attack you with multi-vortex, as he basically starts to manifest a bunch of little mini tornadoes all around you.
$29 does hit.
By how many tiers?
2.
All right, so in that case, it's actually a DC 27 toughness save. I love multi-attack.
Phantasm
And
uses his hero point.
his hero point.
Yes. That is not much better.
Well, however, you did roll, what, a 3?
Yeah, so actually it is a 28.
Right, so you do manage to, through sheer force of will, not take any damage from that. Go ahead, Malkir. We just skipped you while you were dealing with whatever you had to deal with, so it's your turn. Microphone.
He's flying, I'm assuming, correct?
Yes.
Yes, 20 feet in the air.
Okay, so I will use my trusty flamethrower and try to knock him down.
I'm assuming you move somewhere within line of sight.
Yeah, that's not even close to hitting.
Well, no, flamethrower is a line area, so it's actually a DC 21 dodge check to start with.
Oh, okay, it is a full dodge check. Okay.
Yep.
Oh my god, what is with these rolls?
Well, you have evasion 2, which makes it a 21 dead nut, which means the toughness save goes from a 26 to a 21.
And I do take a bruise.
Yay!
So, with that, Phantasm, in response to Lutra saying, "Get down here right now," says, "Very well," and he just drops out of the air 20 feet and lands, like plants, 20-foot drop, like a gymnast off of pommel horse.
Ooh,
just like sticks the landing.
Way to stick that landing, yeah. That was impressive.
And
You learned it from me.
Lutra holds up a card that says 9.5.
kind of angry that Malkir actually just hit him with fire. He counters that with crashing darkness, which basically is just a black bolt of lightning coming from his hand.
At who?
Mistral is going to use his interpose advantage as he's running. This is not about them. This is about us. You want someone, you get me. And he's actually going to interpose and take the shot. Button. Which, surprisingly enough, he will tank like a champion because apparently I like to roll well.
Okay. But there is a secondary effect to it.
Which is a next turn thing.
Yep.
Your anger's at me, not them.
I'm not angry. I just want you guys to leave.
Not without getting you back. Anton.
Well, since Minstrel's tanking like a champ, that's out of my repertoire now.
Okay, his toughness is 12. He's not supposed to do that. He's not supposed to roll that high. I was fully expecting him to be smoked there.
I'm actually going to use Menagerie of Stone and see if I can lock him down.
You're getting all the area effects, so again, DC 21 dodge check.
And how I've been rolling. So that's a 20.
Which means you fail the dodge check, which means you're going to be affected by a full thing. So now guess what? You get another DC 21 dodge check because it's resisted by dodge, overcome by strength, or whatever.
Wow.
Yeah, I am rolling like crap. Just to let you guys know, my modifier for my dodge is 13.
Right?
It's even worse for my toughness because my modifier for my toughness is 15.
Oh, jeez.
And you rolled a 1 and a 3, and a 4.
A 1, a 3, a 4, a 3, and a 6.
But again, evasion does apply. So even though you were taking the full brunt of it, Phantasm manages to just ever so slightly squeak out at the last possible minute through one of the little cracks in the stone wall as it forms.
As he comes out, he actually just stands on top of the stone.
All right, everyone's favorite firebug.
I'm going to actually just rush in this time and use my butterfly fly daggers.
Uh, 18 does not hit.
Lutra.
Okay, Lucia's not vulnerable anymore. Shakes that off. It's like, looks at Phantasm and he frowns. And he charges towards Phantasm. Kind of does this, like, jump thing. And something Phantasm has never seen Lucha do before. Because as he's probably expecting a claw attack, Lucha actually balls his fist up and punches him, or at least attempts to punch him in the face with a new little move I like to call Auto Strike. And oh my god, that is so bad, I'm going to re-roll that with my hero point because I rolled a 4. Okay, there we go.
Is that auto strike or auto slap?
Yeah, pretty much, right? That is resisted by a fortitude save.
Okay, so that's against my parry, right?
Yeah, the 29 will hit you.
I know it will hit me, yeah. Oh my god. Welcome to my continuously bad rolls.
That's crazy.
What is that then? That's
That is
I'm
stunned,
stunned.
okay.
which Mistral is going to attempt to take advantage of by trying to merge back into Phantasm. He's going to do the exact same thing. He's going to fly forward. He's going to glowing at that sort of green aura again and just trying to take advantage of that and merge with him.
I'm almost afraid of this roll, by the way.
Well,
You should be.
I don't have an attack for that. So I'm just going to roll a blanket D20 with his ranged attack, with his close attack modifier.
All right, I'm going to do a will save against that because that's exactly what that would be.
All right. Will rank would be, the save would be based off of Mistral's power level, which is a DC 22.
Yeah, we're probably not making that.
Not likely.
Roll the 9.
Yeah,
It's like the highest one you've got almost so far.
I've rolled one thing over a 10, and that was the attack against Dark.
Indeed.
Figures.
Which I surprisingly tanked.
Right. Alright, so what happened?
Hold on.
Oh my god, Dark Shadow, that's hilarious. Suddenly imagining Lutra kicking Fate in the gut and delivering the Stone Cold Stunner. As long as we have a couple of Lutra Wisers.
Right.
Okay. Well, because I get to sort of DM this, I'm actually going to give Mistral a hero point, as Phantasm will take a villain point and actually counter the merge. You'll see those tentacles once again come out, and just like you saw him fly against the couch in the building, he will be once again ejected from Phantasm's body.
Ow. Stunned means you can't move. It does not mean you can't act.
Phantasm at this point, kind of irritated at Mistral,
Gee, I wonder why.
turns to Lutra and says, "What good was anything that I tried to do if you just feel like I was lying to you, if you felt like I was misguiding you? How can we have worked that much together for you to not trust me? Obviously, no one can trust me."
Fed, I made a mistake, okay? I trusted her because she helped us. She tricked me and I was stupid enough to believe it. Lucha kind of like, not only frowns, but he's kind of lost all demeanor, like right now, as he's just kind of looking down. That's why I ran away. I was gonna leave because I was so ashamed.
Things have never changed. People use me. They don't trust me. They do whatever they want. So why on earth do I need anyone around?
Because of this. Look at what's happening now. We need you, and you need us, and don't think about anything about what I did, because it was wrong. What I did was wrong, and I know that, and I was too embarrassed to admit it. It's why I wanted to run away. It's why I did run away. But I came back because someone very important to me got my head right and told me how it really was. I was angry. I shouldn't have been. But I was. I couldn't understand why you would keep things from me, but for some reason it didn't occur to me that it was because you were trying to protect me. I didn't think that was possible because, Dev was helping, but she wasn't, and I put everybody's lives in danger.
Okay. At this point, give me a perception and an insight check.
Both?
Just Lucha or everybody?
Just Lutra.
Well, that's going on. You're gonna look over and there's some like purple lightning crackling along Mistral, and he seems like he's having trouble moving, but you're just gonna get a see what I mean, Gale?
So,
You're wrong.
with Lutra's perception, he notices also with all of that, Phantasm's facial expression does not change at all, but Mistral's facial expression acts like he was just hit with a buttload of guilt and awareness. And with the insight check, you realize that Phantasm, as you see him before you, is completely lost. There's actually nothing you can physically do or say to this Phantasm embodiment that will make him come to. And you realize that your goal has to be to allow Mistral to fuse with him.
Lucha kind of sighs and takes a kind of a deep breath and exhales, kind of looks over towards Mistral, and then looks at Phantasm, and just kind of stares at him.
Phantasm holds up his hand, pointed at Mistral, and fires a dark blast.
And Mistral cannot move out of the way because lightning, so he's taking this full brunt on.
Anton's
Can I
going
use-
to
I was gonna say, can I use my
interpose.
hero point to jump inside?
I've got
Anton
interpose.
has interpose, so he will technically get the priority. So, Anton with a toughness save. .brews.days.
.hero point.
.reroll.
Okay, so that's a 29, so you do soak it.
Yep. You're just gonna sort of, Mistress is gonna look at you. Thank you. And it's now your
You're
turn.
welcome. That hurt, kind of, but not really.
So in this state, since we are in kind of a wind-aided evil phantasm, is the amulet reacting in any way?
There's nothing in here that either of the medallions can react to.
Lovely. All right. I have an idea. Okay. I am going to grab Mistral by the shoulder and use terraforming to sneak out or to appear behind Phantasm and shove them into each other. Anyone have an issue with that?
Nope.
I don't know about Mistral. If Mistral's going to be all that happy about that, but
Mistral can't. Mistral is technically stunned due to the secondary effect of crashing darkness. He can't do anything to stop it.
oh, fair.
So what do we need to roll for this?
You're going to roll a close attack check at -2 because you do not have improvised weapon, and technically Mistral is an improvised weapon. So it would basically be your hammer at -2.
I get, yeah, Mistral is an improvised weapon. I believe I have heard it all, folks. That's it. We're using another person as an improvised weapon.
Not the first time it's happened in some games of mine. I see the 15, unfortunately, is not going to hit, I don't think.
I feel like I'm not surprised.
No.
Yeah, the exact line was, I'm going to pick him up, and I'm going to beat a mother bleep with another mother bleep.
Okay, I do remember you telling us that.
So Mistral is technically in front of Anton
Yeah.
and Spectre.
Yeah, there. Malkir.
I'm going to. I don't know, I gotta think for a second. I'm just gonna just go old school and just punch Phantasm right in the face to try and knock him out.
Fair enough.
And you somehow don't hit.
Be nice to roll over a 10 tonight at some point.
I know, right?
Both of you guys.
I mean, I do all my attacks, but that's about it.
I've rolled 7 and 8, and now an 11.
These rolls have been so schizophrenically bipolar. It's been kind of awesome. But everyone's favorite emotional otter.
So Lucha's just gonna step back, charge again, and then once again use Otter Strike. Which, those of you who are watching, it's Lucha basically punching, and his fist is glowing very faintly with energy as he does this. And he's going to miss horribly and stumble forward or something like that, and just like collapse to the ground or something. I don't know. He's right here. He tripped or something. That's all I got.
That's what you get for not wearing shoes.
Hey!
Malkin would be somewhere around there too. If he's punching me, he would be up next.
Right.
Yeah, so everyone's sort of here at this point. You're gonna hear so everyone who is on working with Mistral, is going to hear sort of on the wind, "Let him attack me." And then everyone, including Phantasm, will see Mistral start to glow green, but does nothing else. In-game terms, he is power stunting, and I'll be using the hero point that was awarded to buy off the fatigue for the power stunt.
What exactly is a power stunt?
A power stunt is basically when you utilize something you already have in your arm in a different manner.
Okay.
So basically, it would be take Superman's heat vision, for example. Heat vision basically is a damage. A power stunt off of that would be to use it to weld.
Okay.
Type of deal. Yeah, it lasts for the specific scene or the battle.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so the power stunt in question right now, you just see Mistral glowing with that green aura. And he will get to roll against the stunned effect, which he is still stunned.
Okay. So it's fantastic.
All right.
You want to be rid of me, Gale? Then do it.
So, first thing, Phantasm says it's once again in that voice that has that ghostly mechanical sound to it. He says, "My name is no longer Gale." And as he says that, black orbs sort of rise from the earth around him, and he says, "I am Demise," and throws a black storm at Mistral. And wow, totally misses.
But that does trigger his power stunt, which is a reaction power stunt called Wind of Home. So basically, the black orbs, Phantasm thinks they have hit Mistral, but in one of those anime tropey dust clearing things, the orbs are now surrounded by a green aura and return fire on Mistral. Winds of Home is basically another way of him trying to merge with you. This one in attack form. So I'll need a DC 24 will save. As
That's not happening. We know
the
that.
orbs try and push their way into Mistral, or into Phantasm.
So with this will save, Phantasm will not award Mistral a hero point because he's not going to take a villain point, but he is going to extra effort and to resist it. So
Nope, that's fine. But what I will say is, as they're doing that, as Mistral is attempting to merge there, you just hear, "You're right. Your name isn't Gale. Our name is."
So all Phantasm can do now is give his fortitude against the stunned again, which
That will break it because 21 was the DC.
oh, it was okay.
So you're technically just impaired, which now is -2 on rolls.
Yep.
Anton.
All right. We're making this end now. Maw of the Earth.
No, we're going around until Mistral's turn, and then hopefully it ends.
Well, if he's incapacitated, it's a lot easier, I would imagine. But yeah, that's...
Okay, fair point.
I think the 26 hits.
It does. So that's a toughness.
Hey, I
That is
found where the
toughness.
effect notes go.
Here.
Yeah.
So I actually take a bruise and a daze.
Mm.
Yes, you just got hit in the head by a giant rock.
Krim, if you want to apply that specifically to the rolls on the sheet, right above your defense line, there's a thing where it says injuries. Just pop that up to 2 and it'll automatically take it off your toughness when you roll.
Okay, well it's actually 4 now because I have 2 bruises.
Well, no, 2. 1 for each bruise.
Right, 1 for each bruise, but I'm also taking a -2 because of the.
Right. Well, no, that doesn't apply to toughness checks. And it's implying to anything physical you're exerting yourself. It does not apply to toughness. Basically, it would apply to, because the effect is a paralyzing effect. So, like, trying to dodge out of the way of something, trying to throw a punch, that would be what it was. But, your body itself resisting the damage or a force of will, you're not going to have that impaired just because of the nature of the paralysis effect. If that makes sense.
Yeah, sure.
Malkir.
At this point, Malkir is probably just getting really, really frustrated at what's going on because of just how everything has been going, like since he got up this morning. And he's between Lutra purging home and just getting irritated at that, and then everything with Phantasm. So I'm gonna do the extra effort and just try to slug him again, just to knock him out. And of course, I can't roll for crap again.
Yeah, 21 does not hit. Good, trying to spell. TG.
I know. I can't. Lutra.
All right. So, question: by extra
Answer.
effort strength, what does that do exactly?
If you're basically pushing yourself, you will get extra. Basically, you add an extra rank of damage to whatever thing you would be doing.
Okay, so it doesn't help with the hitting, basically.
No.
Okay, because then never mind, because that's not gonna help. So,
All out attack helps with hitting.
what was that?
I said all out attack helps with hitting.
Right. Oh, you're right, actually.
Yeah, that's probably what I should use instead of extra effort.
All right,
I'm
so-
messed up.
Lucha's gonna stand up, like this. He's standing up. He's gonna take a huff, and he is going to all out attack. And I have the advantage, so I'm going +5 on this.
Yeah, so you are now at -5 to your active defenses.
Indeed. We're going to go with Otter Strike.
So +5 to the roll we see on screen.
So that makes it a 27.
Which I believe hits. I think. Maybe. Possibly. Krim?
22 does not hit.
27. Because
27.
it's the all out attack.
Oh, 27? Ah, yes, that does hit.
Alrighty. OPT, is this cumulative or not?
That's the thing?
Okay, fair enough. That answers my question.
It's not, but I may look into that now.
Cumulative means every time you attack with it, if they fail to save, they get the next. If it's not cumulative, they just get the effect based on the save that they're doing.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's not right now.
Okay, toughness again.
Fortitude.
Fortitude. Okay. Yeah, hey, I finally nailed a roll.
But I'm gonna try to fast grab anyway, because that is an unarmed attack.
Technically speaking. So that would be.
See, my strength is 7. I've got the
So
plus.
it's a 7.
Well, but
It's a 17 for the initial check.
I've got a plus
And
that
then-
+4 enhanced strength to grabbing though.
Right, but that's the 17 is to resist the initial grab because you're not grabbing yet. Once the grapple is in place, all of the extras will go into place. Improved grab, the +4 to grab.
That +4 is literally the reason I added it, to make the to grab DC higher. Not that it matters. Wait, never mind. That's what it is from before. Whatever, it doesn't matter. We'll worry about it later.
Resisted by dodge or strength. Well, whether there's the +4 or not, that beats the 21 it would have been either way. Gale, listen to me. These are our friends. By the way, he's still like half on top of where he was. These are our friends. Stop pushing them away. Stop pushing me away. You want to get rid of me so badly? Let me in, and then push me away in there. If you're as strong as you think you are, you'll be able to do it no problem.
There's no reply from Phantasm.
Hell, he's going to try and merge again, so. He is also all out attacking with Winds of Home. +5, -5. Even so, I don't think a 19 will hit.
No.
He's got an extra effort to do it again. Gale. We are one. 24, I also don't think will hit.
24 actually does hit.
Okay. DC 24 will save. Again, we are Gale.
We
And-
are Borg.
Come on. You didn't give me a We Are Venom?
Nope. Because I didn't watch that.
So, at this point, because it would technically be Phantasm's turn, the Dark Orbs, once again, start conjuring. Except this time, there is about 500 times more. So it is literally just a bunch of Dark Orbs all over the place. And basically the best way this scene can be described is if you've ever played Final Fantasy IX, and if you haven't, spoilers, at the end of the game when you fight Trance Kuja,
This is Dark Ultima.
he basically sends beams of energy that destroys the entirety of Terra. And that's what these black orbs do. The black orbs just start flying all over the place, destroying all the buildings that you see around, all the mountains and everything. As the orbs fly into them, you just see eruptions of rock from the impact. And Phantasm's eyes glow a very, very, very bright purple. And what seems like an orb leaves Phantasm, goes right through Mistral, and then just flies into the sky before there's a huge crack of lightning, and then it disappears. But in the meantime, the entirety of everything that you see is starting to crash down. By the way, Phantasm's body is no longer there. It is just his cloak that he was in.
Silver
We have to
Mistral.
go.
Yeah, I think going would be a
We
good
have to
idea.
go.
Where do we go?
The same way we came in.
Oh, great.
Though I'm going to need a little help.
Lucha kind of pads over and tries to help him.
I just run over and just throw over my shoulder.
Oh.
He's 180 pounds. I'm pretty sure Malkir can do that very easily.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So I guess we start running.
The next scene is one of those end of the movie scenes you see. You know, kind of like the scene in Aladdin where he's flying on the carpet and he's just trying to make his way out of the Cave of Wonders and dodging everything. This is one of those. Lutra, Anton, and Malkir are all just running through, dodging everything. Malkir doing it quite impressively with a half unconscious wind mage over his shoulder. And at the last possible second, because this is a comic book and we love suspense, you'll be able to dive through the door and end up back in the hallway.
Okay, so we were on the roof before we started this, right?
You entered the hallway to the door to the roof. When you entered the door to the roof, you ended up in the dreamscape.
Is there
So by leaving-
is there a stairwell up to the roof?
It's a stairwell, and then there's a little bit of a flat. So no one's tumbling down the stairs.
Oh, see, that's what I was expecting Lucha to be doing.
If Lutra wants to, he can.
So that's what I was like as we dive through, it just kind of tumbled down, like rolled down the stairs and ends up at the bottom of them at the barracks, just kind of like, ow.
Which would kind of make sense because Lutra didn't actually know when he was leaving
Right.
and re-entering the building.
Fair. So, roll down, grab muzzle, like, looks back at you guys, like, you guys alright?
We should probably go check and see Phantasm.
Well, about that.
Right then, you hear a grunt from your shoulder, Malkir, but the grunt isn't Mistral's grunt. It's Phantasm's grunt.
Which looks
I kind of look out. I just kind of like look at like him and just kind of be like, I kind of want to toss you down those stairs right now. I just kind of like put him on his feet.
Phantasm, because he is still like physically based off of what Mistral was before, is still kind of weak, so he just sort of cripples to the ground. I just need rest right now.
It just kind of like scoots over to him and just tiredly hugs him.
Guys, sorry to interrupt whatever this is, but Dr. Casey's looking for you down in the barracks.
Lucha doesn't really respond as he just holds Phantasm and just kind of starts crying.
Malkir would ask Phantasm if he wants a lift down.
I think I got it. And he sort of just lifts himself up and sort of, slowly makes his way down the stairs.
Lucha does finally let him go. As he sighs.
As you guys make your way into the barracks, you see Casey sitting there, or standing there, with one of those dossier-style folders in his hand.
Lucha tilts his head and says, "What's that?"
File folder. I'm Professor Calvin Murray.
And
with that, thank you all very much for watching. We'll pick this up next week. Volume 3, Issue 2, 1,000 Heartbeats. Thank you all very much for watching. Say bye, everybody.